Ready to set goals, believe in yourself, and take action? Well, let's go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the recap room on the Joy Norman podcast, where we take a look back at some of the most powerful Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs episodes and pull out the wisdom that continues to inspire and guide us today. So, back in April, we dared to dream big. We talked about 8 reasons why daring to dream big matters. Take a look. The first reason to dream big, I want to say take the limits off. We do have to get out of our comfort zone. We got to be willing to take risks. And so, in order to do that, we have to do it scared. Overcome obstacles. Number 4, believe bigger. Stop playing small. Ready to build resilience. Number 7, you're ready to take some action. Number 8, live on purpose. Okay. And today we're going deeper because if your dreams don't scare you, they're probably not big enough. Why fear is proof you're dreaming big? Fear isn't a stop sign. It's often proof that you're stepping outside your comfort zone. Fear says, this matters. This could change everything. Many of us mistake fear for a reason to quit, but really, it's a sign we're on the right path. So think about a dream you've been holding on to. Does it stretch you enough to scare you a little or maybe a lot? Write it down. If it doesn't scare you yet, how might you expand it? So, notable dreamers who failed at first. So, this is where we share stories of household names who didn't start at the top, but dared to dream big and refuse to give up. So, take a look at this. And so let's think about some of these people who didn't give up on their dreams. These are some notable dreamers who failed at first. So let's start with Oprah Winfrey. She dared to dream big. And if you know Oprah, she was fired from one of her first TV jobs because the producers said that she was unfit for television. What? Yes, Oprah Winfrey. And so, but she went on. She kept on going. She must have went through these boxes that I'm talking about because she became one of the richest women in the world and a role model for a lot of us. And it was because what? She dared to dream big. She dared to dream big. She was just a person like us. And she probably went through more than I've ever went through. You look up some of the things that she talks about and some of the things she went through as a child. But the thing is, she dared to dream big. Another person, J.K. Rowling. She was working a secretarial job. And you know what she's famous for? The Harry Potter series. She's someone I think about a lot because I journal a lot and I write a lot. And she was fired from her job because she was working on this Harry Potter series. I could have kept my job when I put my 4-year exit plan together, but I was working on it before work, after work, and sometimes during work. Oh, yeah, sometimes during work. I took a couple longer breaks than I should. Not much, but J.K. Rowling was working on her book when she was supposed to be doing her secretarial duties. See, I wasn't as bold as her because I was doing mine before and after. And then instead of working those extra 2 years, I decided to stop working. But what she did, she spent 7 years working on her book. And she even suffered the death of her mom. She even went through a divorce, and she was living on government assistance. What did she do? She dared to dream big. And now she is another wealthiest author in the world. So just like us, wasn't born with the silver spoon. She was on government assistance. She's someone I think about a lot. Like I said, when I was thinking about leaving my job, because you never know what you are writing in your journal. You never know how that could turn out. And so that's why I say ask people for help. Some of the things you're writing, you could probably get those published in a magazine, in an article. A lot of people are looking for writers. Now, this might be somebody you heard of before. Walt Disney. Maybe you heard of that little person. So he was a dreamer from an early age, and his dreams didn't catch up with him early. He was fired. Oh, God, he was another person. He was fired from his job, too, as a newspaper editor. He was a newspaper editor, you guys, and he lacked imagination. What? Walt Disney was fired because he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. But after he left his job, Disney formed an animation company. And this was in 1921, they say. And you can find the same information online. I'm not making this up. And it went bankrupt. It went bankrupt. And so that left him unable to pay for his rent. And they say reportedly it forced him to survive on dog food. So you know how that story ends. I don't know if you've ever been to a place called Disneyland or Disney World, but we know how that story ends. Another person, Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. It wasn't until his late life that he was able to achieve his dream. They say he was about 65. His chicken restaurant shut down, and it was due to a highway impasse project. We know how his story ends. They say that he suffered 1,009 rejections from restaurants who refused to franchise his model, his chicken recipe. 1,009. Sometimes we give up after one or two. He kept on going. And now, how many times have you passed by a KFC? It only took one yes. And so that's one thing I say too. You might get 1,009 no's, but that 1,010th time was a yes. Wow. But how did he do it? He, say it with me, dared to dream big. Henry Ford. So we know that he was the founder of Ford Motor Company. And a lot of us know his story. And he actually went bankrupt. And it was later that it was reorganized under a different name. He ended up walking away due to a dispute with his financial backers. He didn't give up. And in 1903 was his third time. They say third time is a charm. And now he's one of the largest, most profitable, privately held companies in the world. We all familiar with Ford Motor Company. Henry Ford, what? He dared to dream big. Stephen King, he's another one. Stephen King, one of the most popular authors of our time, and he definitely dared to dream big. But his beginnings, they say, wasn't a walk in the park. His first novel, Carrie, they say that was rejected 30 times by publishers. And so he worked part-time as an English teacher to make ends meet. But before he tossed manuscript in the garbage, what? And it was his wife that begged and pleaded with him to resubmit his manuscript to Doubleday. And so it later offered him his first book deal. And so, you can Google him. We know how his story ended, and he dared to dream big. And so my last one is going to be Katy Perry. A lot of us are familiar with Katy Perry. She's a successful singer who dared to dream big. Katy Perry had a rocky start, and some of you are familiar with her story. She was first signed to a Christian music label, and she debuted in 2001, and she only sold 200 copies. Wow. And so we know that's supposed to be like an epic fail. And then the label went out of business. And then her second attempt, she went with a different label company, and that was also a failure. And then she was dropped from that label. And then she even tried it again her third time. That didn't work out either. So she now went to 3 labels. And it wasn't until her 4th label in 2008, she finally succeeded. And now she is commercially a success. So those are just a few. I mean, I could keep going on and on with people. You can Google notable dreamers that failed at first. You'll get a whole list of people. Those are just a few. So these names are familiar to us because they kept going, not because they had an easy start. They dared to dream big, fell forward, and rise again. Why this is important? Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. We admire these dreamers because they didn't let the no's, the rejections, or the setbacks define them. And for us as entrepreneurs, dreamers, and women stepping into boldness, our challenges don't disqualify us. They prepare us. Now it's your turn to dare to dream big. Revisit the 8 reasons from our Dare to Dream Big. Which one do you need most right now? Is it resilience? What about believing bigger? Taking action scared? Pair it with today's lesson. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not stretching you enough. So here's a journaling exercise. Write this down. My scary dream is, the fear I feel around it is, the action I can take this week to move closer is. So here's the bottom line. Every dream worth chasing comes with resistance, setbacks, and scary moments. That doesn't mean stop. It means keep going. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And if failure meets you on the way, remember you're in good company. Oprah, Rowling, Disney, Ford, Perry, they all failed forward. And so can you. Until next time, in the recap room, keep dreaming, keep daring, and remember, your story isn't finished yet. All right, have a blessed day. Have a blessed rest of the week. We'll see you back here for another episode in the recap room. Bye-bye. I hope you are enjoying the Recap Room. This new series is a companion to the Becoming Fierce Female Entrepreneurs podcast, and it's a deeper dive into the solo episodes that you love. In each episode, there will be key takeaways and practical tips to fuel your journey and fresh insights to help you thrive unapologetically. So don't forget to grab your journal. I have some beautiful blank journals here with my artwork on the cover. So if you'd like to purchase one of these, you can go to my website at becomingfierceentrepreneurs.com. These journals help you keep all of your notes in the same place. And so if you're ready to make this year your best year yet, subscribe to the Recap Room and join me for every episode.